Hey YouTube, Timmy6216 here. I know, I've been gone a long time. Between work and life and children and everything else, I really haven't had time to make any videos. But, here I am and I'm back again. Got my camera working, little tripod, all kinds of fun stuff. So, I figured I'll do something a little different. We all know that I like to carry an assortment of firearms on my person, which is a fact, I do. I firmly believe in my right to carry. I have a concealed carry permit, and it works out for me. But I don't like having a bunch of stuff on my belt. Multi-tool, flashlight, screwdriver. My firearm is really the only thing I really prefer. So it got me thinking, what can I do to carry some extra stuff, but not have it on my belt like a utility belt? So I came up with this. This is a combination of a Becker by Ka-Bar tack tool, which is this beautiful object. This thing is robust, it's thick, sturdy as hell. Absolutely useful in a lot of things. Has a cutter for line. It's not so great, but it is what it is. Multiple edges, serrations, works like a chisel, excellent pry bar, good piece of gear. Put it away properly. I've got it in its sheath, and then I attached this small utility pouch. Now, what's in my utility pouch, you might ask? Well, I have this really ridiculously handy outer pocket where I have flashlight, old Marine Corps issue, which was one of mine. And then I've got my SOG Paratool. This is one of the handiest things I've ever had. Now, I don't know if you can catch it, but if you see this line right here and then this knot, I have 15 feet of 550 cord tucked away in here that can be deployed simply by pulling, and it unravels and is readily useful at a moment's notice. Now, things that are good to have on hand: a flashlight, a multi-tool. 550 cord is one of the most useful things on the planet, and anyone who's served in the military or even had anything to do with it, you know that 550 cord is a wonderful thing. Then we get to what's inside my main inner pocket. Now, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you've got crummy plastic silverware or no silverware at all? Well, this is the CRKT Eaton Tool XL. Has little multi-tool functions, made of stainless steel, spork. This is just remarkably handy as well. I've used it to eat when we've run out of silverware at the house because it was all dirty, picnics, camping. It's a good piece of gear to have. Now, I'm not a smoker. I don't smoke, never have, never really intended to pick that habit up. I usually have some sort of fire-making apparatus upon me. Now, what I chose to carry around is this little piece here, if I can get the daggum thing to open. It's called a blast match, and if you're familiar with it, you know exactly what this thing is. Has your flint you push down, and then it's got this piece here that's got a metal striker on it. And basically, you press it against a hard surface, and it makes sparks. This will work, almost set myself on fire. It'll work one-handed, it'll work soaking wet. It's just a good piece of gear to have. Now, I'm not carrying around any magnesium, so I went with a much, much lighter alternative. I went with char cloth. Basically, you take a piece of cotton shirt, pants, jeans, whatever, you cut it into a piece, you put it into a semi-sealed container with usually a single hole punched in it to vent, and you put it over a heat source. Now, as the cotton breaks down, it creates a hydrogen gas mix and amongst some other stuff, and will usually ignite as it burns. Once that burns down, you just have to keep it from flaring back up by not allowing it to have any oxygen immediately. And then, when it's said and done, you end up with this dark material that is ridiculously flammable. It's just a shirt, and it pulls apart like worn out fabric, but it catches a spark beautifully. And if you've got your bird's nest or a twine bundle, or even I used paper the other night to start my fireplace. Took a paper bag and I tore it up on the end and rolled it, put my piece of char cloth with my blast match, and seconds later I had fire. It's just really handy. Now I've made this my everyday carry. People have come to accept that I'm carrying a rather large knife on my person, or as I tell them, it's a tool. Now, often they'll ask the question, they're like, well, if you're carrying the knife, where's your pistol? And I inform them I'm still carrying, and they feel a little safer about that because they know who I am and they know that I do everything safely as I possibly can. But this more or less is my everyday carry. That, my .45, and wallet, watch, cell phone, and keys, this actually makes for a really, really good little compact package. I don't know if any of you think this is a good idea, whether or not any of you have, any thoughts on it. I mean, I openly welcome comments. Something I did note on this was, one of the things with carrying this blade is that it's really stiff inside of its sheath. So I also added a really simple, basic strap for a leg strap. Works like a champ. Well, that's about it for now. I got a few other things I'm going to go through here in the near future. I'm going to get back into making videos. For those of you who know who I am, I'm sure you guys enjoy seeing this. For those of you who don't, stumble across this video, I am Timmy6216. And if you have any comments, concerns, gripes, moans, complaints, just generalized, hey, how you doings, I open those up to the forum, or not the forum, the comments. Sorry. And you guys have yourself a great day, great night. And remember, if you're going to carry safe. Make sure you know what you're doing. Be familiar with your weapon. Keep your gun safe. Keep your kids safe. Keep your family safe. You guys have a great day, night. Semper Fi.